The Queen's Corgi, I love it. I thought this would be a really cheesy, cliche, poorly made film, but it turns out that it's absolutely fantastic. And I'm quite surprised that it's not so well received. There's a 1-star review at the top of IMDb by somebody called Rapture X, and they're saying that their 4-year-old son didn't like it, which is fair enough, but they're also saying it's not suitable for children because there are dogfight scenes and some dogs flirting. Have they never seen a Disney film? This is not a Disney film, but by no means would I say that this is any worse or better than films for children of the same age by other producers. This is, of course, about a Queen's Corgi. I did wonder why it was about one Corgi, but it's about the Queen's top dog, Rex. And I have to say, the only real reason I watched this is because I'm a royalist and I love corgis. I didn't realise Donald Trump was going to be in this. It was quite a surprise. This was released in 2019. It's directed by Vincent Kesteloot and Ben Stassen, written by Rob Sprackling and Johnny Smith. It has an amazing voice cast, which we'll go over soon. But I'll just talk a little bit about the narrative and the animation quality. So, the description from IMDb is as follows. The British monarch's favourite dog gets loose from the palace and finds himself at a dog fight club. He then begins his long journey to find his way back home. So I'd say the first third is set in Buckingham Palace, and it's wonderful. We get to see the grounds of Buckingham Palace, and then it goes outside and you can see the gold statue of Victoria, and it looks so realistic. If you're familiar with that area, you'll be able to recognise a lot of it, and it's really lovely to see. And then Donald Trump appears with Melania and their little corgi. I don't know if they have a corgi, but he comes across and it's slightly disturbing, to be perfectly honest, but it's a lot of fun. It's very funny because the film doesn't really make fun of him in a way that it would show bias. If for some weird reason you're a Trump supporter, don't worry, it's not going to completely ridicule him, but it does exaggerate a lot of his qualities, to want for a better word. And he's not in it after the first kind of 15-20 minutes, but it was just pretty entertaining. And as an adult viewer, it gave it a little bit something extra. The quality of the animation is amazing. I do love it. Trump looks like Trump. The Queen looks like the Queen. Prince Philip looks like Prince Philip. And that is brilliant because it really makes it feel, well, realistic, but also very odd. There is something very peculiar about watching an animated version of the Queen, but it's really good fun. Once Rex gets out into the open, and I won't spoil it by saying how he did, but apparently no, Donald Trump doesn't have a dog in real life, according to the goofs on IMDb. Once Rex gets out into the open, it gets a little bit emotional, and that I had a problem with just because of me. I don't ever watch sad animal films. I haven't seen Bambi or Fox and the Hound or All Dogs Go to Heaven since I was a child because I just no longer watch animal films that are going to be sad. I didn't realise this would be quite as emotional as it was. But it's not traumatizingly emotional, it's just you will well up. And he's a really likeable character. Rex is a lovely dog. The quality of the animation of the corgis is so cute, particularly when they prick their ears back. So adorable. Absolutely thoroughly enjoyed the narrative development, the animation quality, and the voices. And we do have some pretty great voices in here. So we have, I'm going to pluck out some names at random just to give you a flavour of, well, I guess the kind of names that you can expect. So you've got Tom Courtenay, Jon Culshaw, Sarah Hadland. Sarah Hadland voices Mitzi, and she sounds nothing like Sarah Hadland, which, you know, sounds obvious, but often you can tell who's voicing a character. But if I'd not known she was voicing Mitzi, I never would have guessed it was her. Matt Lucas, Sheridan Smith, Debra Stephenson, Nina Wadia, Julie Walters, who voices the Queen, of course, Ray Winstone, Jack Whitehall. Jack Whitehall voices Rex. It really is a brilliant voice cast and so very well acted. The animation is superb. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'd love to see a sequel to this or, you know, something very similar. The guards are very fun. The development is great. I have zero complaints at all. I really thoroughly enjoyed this. I do not understand why it's so poorly received. Personally, I would recommend it, and I would genuinely watch it again, and I probably will.